Continue the project from the implement of this image upload, multiple image upload. Okay, first of all let's run this project. Terminal. Okay, composer, run dev. Okay, yes, and go to edit. We are in edit product, right? So let's make okay, yeah, I was trying to implement the product layout for the common section of this one. Okay, let's create one product layout. First of all, product layout tsx, and let's copy this project layout from the edit. Copy this one, and we need card header and card component. Okay, and then this is a sidebar. Okay, I will show you next time. For we need, let's remove this dialog, no need. Button we need, card contain card header need, we don't need input, select option also no need. Okay, then app layout we need, and breadcrumb header link we need, and then this editor let's remove, no need. Article hero left, this is no need. Okay, and then breadcrumbs, let's first of all create one prototype interface, product layout props. Okay, here we need, so autocorrect giving issue, we need title as a string. Okay, and then description, and then breadcrumbs from the breadcrumb, and child is a React node. Okay, and the back URL is a string, then icon optional is a React node. Okay, product ID, and the active tab is a we need one is edit, then images, variation types, and then variations. Okay, that's it. And after that we don't need these products. Okay, let's make this as a product layout, and in this layout we need to all information like title, description, breadcrumbs from the product layout as a first is edit tab. Okay, and then let's remove. Okay, everything I am removing, and return. Okay, and then layout as a breadcrumbs, and breadcrumb header is a title. Let's send minimum height screen is a busy gradient to bear from this one. Okay, grid from this is a okay grid, and then active tabs, and then okay, that's it. Okay, let's import use reference card and translation on it. Description is a description, title, and then after that one second, not like this. Okay, it's auto generated. First of all, we need to grid layout. Okay, and then what's going on? This which one is disabled? Let's leave. Okay, and let me make this one design. Okay, card header, card header, and arrow left from the Lucy React. Okay, this translation don't need, and here is a back button. This is my title, this is description. Okay, back URL, and there is a content is we will load the child and product setting, then edit for products. Okay, let's see how we have to define. Here is all edit layout. We have to make one product layouts. Okay, where is product layout? We accept title, breadcrumb, everything from this, and active tab, and then we have to layout from the base layout, then header. Okay, we have to screen define this minimum, then grid we have to define 12 grid, and first is a 9 column. Okay, second is sidebar is a 3 column. And let's see the sidebar. First of all, 3 column is the card restricted and the card content, and then you have to check product setting and manage your detail, and then you will create one name, link create for the product. Okay, edit product, and this is edit product and link. This is product image, this is a variation types, and this is a variations. Okay, and then let's go close this tab. You have to pause this video and copy this layout. Okay, and then close this everything, and then after this column open this here, create card header. There is a card header is created as icon, and then back button. After header finish, make a content, and the content load under children. We will pass here children from the implementation, and let's copy from the here. Okay, have back button, everything we have. So card content only we need here. So let's this need from edit, okay, and then remove this one, and product layout, and pass here, and this is a content, okay. After that we need to pass something information here, like title is edit product, description is this one, breadcrumbs, right, back button URL, and icon of the tag size, product ID, active status, and close, okay. And then tap to diamond icon, okay. Let's see this edit is working or not, okay. Oh, double is coming in the layout. Or is layout? Yes, product layout. There is a double coming, right? And then yes, now what happened? This is a sidebar, and this is edit quantity, publish, barcode, like SKU. If you need other things, you have to add from the here, okay. This update is also working, right? Updated, send update, yes, working. Let's image have issue, okay. Let's go to image layout. I am not making design, I will show you and push in the GitHub. You have to copy there, you can copy the description link, okay. Every code I will push here, and edit image section, okay. Let's product layout, why not loading? Let's see. Yes, product layout, and this translation not no need here, okay. You have to check button, card, label, progress, and breadcrumb, router, images, and callback, drop zone, and you have to install drop zones, okay. React drop zones, and then product layout, and then create one breadcrumbs for product index, and edit product to upload image uploader, okay. Let's see product we need, so product interface and product image interface, and then go to the product images, this is no need, okay. And then pass product, and existing images of this product is coming from the backend. And let's create one use state, and product images and product set product image, and product image as a array we have to pass in the set state, and coming from backend images we have to pass here, if not there is a empty setup, okay. And then set files, selected files, and set selected files and use this is a use state as a file type array, list of the files, and this is a empty array, okay. And preview, set preview use state, and this is a string array and array, and is uploading is set uploading is false, and let's create the use form of the React Inertia React, okay. And there is a data, set data, we have to update can put method Laravel, okay. But file, if we send images, it will be not sent to the backend, so we are using a post method to send file to backend, okay. And on progress routes post method to image store, okay. We are sending the store method, and product ID, okay. Let's explain one by one. And then create image changes, use effect, set images, even existing images from the backend, okay. If any changes, so use effect hook we have to use it. And then on drop use callback, accepted file is a file, then constant new file we have to make a selected file with accepted files, okay. Merge to one new files, and set selected files is a new files. Okay, and accepted files means this file. Okay, this is callback hook is will call. And new previews means new files dot map as a files, url dot create object url as a file, and set preview as a new previews. Okay, and this callback, and if changes is callback if selected file has been changed. And then again this process is exist editing, and selected file is pushed on the new preview files. Okay, and this is defined the root props and input props as a draggable props. This is what we have to image jpg format for the input level, and what is the maximum size for this we have to define the prop. Use drop zone props. Okay, use drop zone coming from the this reactor drop zone. And then go to the remove selected image index as a number, and url revoke from the preview file of this index, and selected file is equals to previous to filter underscore index of this index is not equal to this index. We have to remove from the file selected file, and set preview file also we have to not equal to this index. Okay, and then handle upload for methods. There is a selected file length is 0, we have to return not submitted backend, and form created form data. And let's selected file is for each file is index form data append images, and images as an index and file. Okay, selected files we have to form data pass to the each array. And set uploading router dot post we have to this route, and upload image and form data we have to pass. And progress we have to show in progresses with percentage, and on process with uploading false success, and set selected data is empty, and set preview also empty. And error is set is uploading is false. Okay, and then handle method is also completed. And then go to the handle delete router, we have to inertia router delete admin product image destroy image id, and on success image product is filtered also from the product images. Okay, then we have to define already page product layout. We have product layout is a product image, manage description product image, breadcrumbs, back url, and everything. And active tab is new images, and here is a tab is images. Okay, we have to send primary text by size. And then content we have to pass as a content, as a size is this one. Okay, then we have to create a uploading space on the label image uploader. Okay, I am using one this translation. Okay, not now translation, I will give you later. And this is a props of this image, and this is a files. Okay, and drag is dragon, and get input props in the input file. This is coming from the here. Okay, get props, or is this? Yes, get props from input props is coming from here. Okay, accepted file on drop zone. And then upload on icon, uploaded icon, and we have to define cn of the class is drag active text primary text gray, and is not active, then we have to gray icon. Is drag is true, then we have paragraph drop drop your files. Okay, yes, we have to drop first of all is drag, we have to show drop here. If not drop is true, we have to show the medium text, and your drop drop drag and drop images here, or click to select. Okay, and then selected type we have to show in the design also images design. Okay, and close these two divs, and combine preview section. Okay, if images product image length is greater than, or selected length is greater than any of them we have to go under this and show. Okay, this design is a images equals to props length plus selected file length. Okay, and then selected files length is greater than 0, then button is uploading appear. Okay, uploading appear here, or uploading if processing uploading showing. Okay, and if not processing we have to show the upload button. Okay, yes, if processing we have to show uploading, and if processing is false then upload all. And then if now existing image product preview, in product images we have to map on the grid existing product image id and group relative, and then aspect of square overlap of this one design and image url from the backend coming. Okay, and then you have to handle on delete this image on this design, handle on click this button after delete images, trash to icons showing, and this id has been deleted. We have to already implemented this delete design. Okay, and then go down the preview maps, that is if selected image we have to show the preview images also. Preview is in text and same is a preview image. So, and if absolute this one, and the button is remove selected image index from the selected preview files, and selected preview file index name also show here. Okay, this remove selected is already defined in the top. Here is a remove selected image. Okay, this is a from preview image we have to remove index, selected image we have to remove from the image. And then go to the processing, where is yes preview up to finish. We have to processing, if processing we have to show progress bar. Progress bar is the percentage of upload it. Okay, that one we have showing. Progress is the component we have to create progress ui progress. Okay, go to component, and I think already explained this is the where is progress under ui progress, right? So go to ui, here is the progress I am creating, react progress, this is the progress. Okay, after that let's go to the where is this image upload. Okay, yes, after this progress we have to close everything, have finishes. Okay, let's see and pause here and copy the code. You will help, it will be help to if you write down C and note down this one. Okay, and then go to the route. Okay, image upload product image controller we have, and there is we need to change something. Okay, and prefix product image. Okay, we have to, this is a get method of index images coming, and product is store from store. Okay, post method, and delete is a product deleted, no need to send product. Okay, only image id destroyed is from the id. Okay, here is image id pass. Okay, let's see, and go to the controller, where is controller, yes, admin and product image controller. Okay, yes, we have to send product images. And one more thing, we are using product is party, right? So product have is party media library, that means let's get the images product get media images. Each images have to send array id of this image, and no need to name thumb, only URL we have to send. Okay, and that's it. And then pass images, and let's store method also create. Store method for, first of all, let's validate image is a array and required, and image type is this one. Okay, and single coming or array coming, no issue. Product, how coming here, product is equals to product. Okay, let's first of all for each requested files, files, if not the image as a image, and product add image as a images. Okay, and then we need to return redirected route to image index, not a image index, we have to back. Okay, back, let's see, image uploaded successfully, and then go to the delete media, and then here is a image id. Alright, so let's create media is equals to media from the, where is this, yes, media collection. Okay, and then find or fill, yes, then delete this one. Media model id, and then no, it's a recommended. Okay, this is a deleted image. Let's test. First of all, go to here, delete the image. Okay, and then test, upload. Store post method is not support for the route delete method. Okay, images store is not support post method. Let's see route. Yes, there is a post method, and then go here, upload image, choose upload. Let's upload it, right? Let's see, reload. Wow, uploaded. Then variation types, we have to design this one, right? So let's break down this one also in the page layouts. This is fine, but yes, it's great working, but let's break down into the page layout and upload variation type. Here is a little bit logical task. Okay, go to this one, variation types. I am also removing this one, and let's upload this variation types design. Okay, what we have to do here, this one no need, and translation is no need, and this preview images also no need, variation types only needed. Okay, let's see, yes, it's coming, right? So let's explain this. First of all, this is a badge and a button, this is a card head, input and select options, and breadcrumbs, use forms, and the farmer motion. Okay, install this farmer motion, I think already installed. React install farmer motion. Okay, npm install farmer motion. Okay, and then import this one, create import the layout, and then create breadcrumbs. This is common, and image preview, this is a product, and let's variation types. Okay, variation type have a id is optional. Okay, because we have to store and upload, that's why id sometime coming existing variation id. If new variation, there is a no id, and name is a variation name, and type is selected radio and images, and then option. Okay, and then options, then id is what is a number, and the name is a stream. Okay, and this is a image is file, option is id also name, and there is a images on this options, image preview also in this image preview, and existing images id and url. Okay, and then go to the variation types, product and variation type lists coming from the backend. If existing variation type list, and this is a variation type list, and we have to define the use form, data, send data, post method, delete, destroy, and processing errors, and this one. Okay, and let's make a variation types, and set variation type as a use state variation type of this one, and here we have to pass this variation type list, and variation type list is greater than 0 from the backend. We have to push on the variation type list map. Okay, we have to here passing types, and then type dot id, name of the variation, type of variation, options of this type, options map option, option id, name of the option, images preview empty, and existing image of option images. Okay, after that making a return, we need to name, type is selected, option is, if not, then we have to select it, option name is empty, image is empty, preview is empty. Okay, if coming from backend variation type list is existing, we have to define. If not exist, we have to pre-default is this one, and then same expanded types is use state record number of the boolean, initial is a boolean, and variation type of for each index we have to initial index true. Okay, and then initial is a return. This is all is expanded by default. Okay, and extended options also under this one, there is a, you see, extended is this one, collapse, and this one. Okay, and then option also here. Okay, this is a open and close options, right? So this that functionality we have to define expanded options, set expanded, and as a string and a boolean, initial value is a variation types dot, for is how many variation types we have according to this, for each type of index of the type of options, also for each index of initial we have to define this one. Okay, if existing variation we have, then automatically indexing these ones, right? So variation errors and set variation errors we have to set, and use effect we have to create one hook for clear variation types. Variation types is type, and then variation type id, name of the types. Okay, type of the type, and option is name images, then set variation as a empty. Okay, clean variation type, and then another use effect we have to variation type changes, and then is a use effect, the variation type is for each. Okay, how many variations we have, and this is type option also have variation type image as a preview, making a image url. Okay, this is for preview, and after handle submit we have to event, and the prevent event, and set email true, and form data creating form data, and the variation type is a JSON string data variations, and variation type is for each index of the type, and under this option also for each index options we have to create an image index of the image we have to append it. Okay, even images under index of option index and file index, then pass to the files for file binding. And post method, we have to variation type is to store and product id, form data to form data, post to format form data. And after success, we have to unloading and validation empty. On failure, we have to pass to validation. And add variation types handle another method. After creating a variation type, then we have to new variation index is a variation index dot length, and set variation type is variation types, and empty of the variation new one name and images, and option with name image empty preview empty. Okay, and then we have to extended types. Also we have to index of this one is true, this one coming is open already, and extended option also open. That means after click in the variation type, open this extended and also open these options. Okay, and indexing is this one. So that's the logic here. Okay, and then go to the handle remove variation types. After this index number, which one is removed, variation type of index is coming. A variation type id exists, then destroy from the backend. Okay, destroy route from the type variation from the backend. And after success, set variation type is filtering current index of not equal to index. Okay, and the set variation is important, otherwise set variation direct from the local filter. Okay, in the local variation. And handle option delete it options, same like index of number and variation, new variation type of variation type we have to. And then new variation option index is new variation type of index dot option dot length, then set variation type of the new variation types. Okay, then set extended option is a previous, and previous is past, and this index minus new option index is true. Okay, we have to pass to this set to the extended option also removing. Okay, and then extended remove option also we have to, variation type is called get here to new variation types, and new variation types index option we have to replace the new variation of index filter by the not index of the option. Okay, this one not equals to only this option. If this one is not equal to this one, only push to the new variation type option. And then set variation types, new variation types. Handle image upload. Now this is handle index type index and option index and files file list. New variation type we have to get, and new files we have to array from the files, and new previews we have to set new files dot map file and get URL and set to the file. And new variation type of index option index images we have to pass new files, and same new variation of index option index of image preview also new previews also we have to pass to there, and set this variation of the new variation types. Okay, and toggle all tabs and extended new records of this one, and toggle option we have to this one. Okay, new option setting, and render image upload method we have to create here, and this image is a file accepted and class is here, and then label of this index label, and then we have to pass this one as a image tab and click to upload image. Okay, if variation type of index option exists, image existing image length greater than 0, we have to variation type of images how much we have to show here, and button to delete option. Okay, so this one for option variation image. A variation type of previews length, for this preview of image we have to set this one, and new preview types and a new index of the options, image filter and index. New types we have to define this one, and variation of the new types, and then class is this one, and trash to also delete the preview of this file. and if any errors coming from the images, we have to show this image. Okay, and if images from this one, also show this image here. And then this method is closed, and go to the main layout, product layout we have to pass, and content we have to go from handle submit, and create a product variation configuration header, and button is collapse option, toggle option, and this is a collapse of another toggle option. If object of key errors, we have to show object of key errors, any errors in the variation. If variation types have, we have to map motion.div, we have to create this open close motion, and then we have to create a variation type, index name, and then collapse on collapse extended and extended of this variation. Okay, button, and then up down jargon of this extended types. Okay, and then remove of this variation, and then go to the extended types, then index of the extended types, we have to this one, and grid this one, and label of this type index, and image is the name of the input file name of the variation. We have to here design, and then type of this variation, selected option, and then we have to option we need to create. Okay, and option of the length of option, how many length in option, variation option, then variation type dot option dot map, also we have to option dot option index, and motion also create, and then we have to option index, and the name of the option we have to show here, and then button we have to extended collapse and open for this one, for remove from the option, and then extended option type index dot this index, and this we have to looping the name of this option, and image render for this type in index and option index sending, and then down is a add new option button. Okay, after that we have to close this one and this close one, and down another we have to handle to add variations of button, and then save change button. Okay, so and then close this one. After that we need to go here, and let's create a routes, right? So variation types we have to post here, and then product store, and let's delete variation types only, no need to send product, and variation type destroy. Okay, main is the variation option edit. Okay, let's go to variation type options. We have to pass this or logic. Okay, and let's create a request for this variation types, PSP artisan make request dot this one. Okay, because that's true. Okay, we need this variation types is required, minimum one variation type is required. After adding, variation type name is required, variation type is required, and option is required in area, option name also required, option images also required. Okay, variation type all options of all images. Okay, all type of, and then all type of images requiring variation type, this one variation type is image, then image is required. Okay, and then go to import here, and then first of all index product we page variation type I'll get from the products with options. Okay, this relation we have to define in the product variations. Yes, variation type is has many variation types, and option is has many through the variation type option in the variations. And go to variation types, okay. Let's create a variation type also in the model relation. Image time stamps and has many relation, okay. That means option is has many relation, and let's variation option also 8, okay. Variation also 8 the like variation type option model implement has media and interacts with the has media. Timestamp false, guard is true. This one register is thumbnail is this one is a media, and variation type belongs to the variation, okay. And then let's go to the variation types and get variation with options and variation. Let's make variation type with maps, variation type, then id name of the variation, type of variation, options with map, id name, images we get from the variation id and url, and images we have to close everything and pass to the variation type list and variation product, okay. After then store, we have to store method product variation type required we validate and get product option, new variation ids and variation type option ids as a new transaction begin. Let's variation type we have to loop index and variation type data. If variation type data is set of id, and then variation type is equal to find this id, otherwise there is not, okay. If variation is exist, now if variation exists we have to update name and type from the variation. If not exist, we have to create variation type name type product id is the which variation product created it and updated it, and new variation ids is the this new variation existing variation we have to pass here, because otherwise if not existing variation we have to remove from the database, so we are storing here, okay. And the variation type options here we have our empty option id and option. If option data id is set, then getting option, if not empty. If option update, we have to name and that's it. Otherwise if not, we have to create name variation type ids, okay, to variation id and created it, and then variation id option. If variation type is image and a request file variation dot variation type index dot option of option index, okay, this one under this one, and variation type index is from the top of this variation, okay. Image exist, we have to clear media of the image and then looping these files, how many files, and then uploading these images on these options, okay. Then db committed and count variable is greater than this variation is deleted, okay. If not this one existing, all variation delete. If variation type option also not existing in these ids, we have to delete it and redirect back, otherwise logging error and database rollback and return back, okay. After destroy the variation type, we have to get db transaction variation clear option medias and variation type also delete, option also delete, and then redirect, okay. Let's see there is any error or no, okay. Red select no, variation is colors red, option black, okay. Let's another variation size, let's drop down, name is small, another option of the size large, okay. Let's upload. Something is wrong, right? Wrong. set image upload is not defined in the index. No, not here. Let's see. Oh, set. This is no need, right? So let's first of all colors red. Post method is not supported, is deleted. Same issue coming here. What was the issue? Go to admin, post, okay, colors red, upload. Okay, see, existing colors is coming and uploaded. Let's see the black. And let's another variation, size, select, option is small. Okay, see, this is variation types. Now we need to variations. Okay, first of all let's go to the index and let's create one variation controller. And let's create a variation page. Okay, folder variations. Let's create a one index.tsx file here, index. Okay, variations. This one no need, let's remove. And image uploader is no need here in this tab. Okay, this one no need. Collapse is okay. Variation, clear variations, set uploading no need, uploading false no need, this uploading false no need. Okay, and then this one no need. This one no need. What happened? Variation. Call to undefined methods. Let's go to this route, product variations. This is a post, this is a delete. Variation types, no variation types, no need to delete this variation. Okay, variation is a variation. What I have to do, variation means, oh, okay, quantity, yes, this one no need, and we don't need. Okay, yes, there is a input and product layout. We have to import it. It comes okay. Product okay. Variation type is name, id, name and label, and variation is the key is a variation type, quantity and prices. Okay, variation product variation is a product variation and variation list. Product variation and variation list, and data we have to use from this processing post. Variation is variation mapping. We have to other fields is the pass, and quantity is a string, and price is also a string. Okay, and get variation type fields. Variation is this also exact of variation, and filter this type variation type underscore id, and mapping this one variation. Okay, get all variation type fields from the variation. Okay, and then handle change after variation passes this field value, change index, field name, values, and the number string, and variation type maybe value. Update the variation, data variation, update the variations is equal to index, and variation index may in variations index we have passed, and then field value is field value, and set variations. Okay, handle submit of variations. We have to update this one, and a layout this is, and then length, create a variation length checking. If 0 we have to no variation, if 0 greater than 0 variation we have looping disclosure, and open close, and the variation name field map values, and then servant up down, and then we have to variation fields. Okay, variation fields of variation mapping, and then key values. Okay, then label of this variation, and an input field of this variation. Okay, and then another is a quantity field of the variation, and then another is the price field of the variation. After that disclose everything, closing. Okay, and then there is a button to handle uploading, processing, update variation. Okay, after that let's go to variation. Controller of index is not exist, means variation index of product variation, and product service, and then product find, and the variation we have to getting variation product service to merge Cartesian product existing product of variation type, variation and product. Okay, we have to create one product service. Let's create one service. PHP artisan make service of the product service. Okay, and there is no service. Let's create services. Under this service product.php. Okay, let's make this product service. Okay, this is a product service, and this is a variation type option, IDs, DBs. Okay, this all no need. Merge with Cartesian with existing variation type, existing data, and product coming. Then this fault, how this variation Cartesian I have to created this combination. Okay, product type of this product quantity, and price is a default price. Cartesian product we are getting a Cartesian variation type and default quantity and default price. Okay, let's get for Cartesian product. There is variation type, quantity and default price. Result is a array empty under array. Okay, for each variation type of index is variation type temporary. We have to for each variation option says option, and then for each result is empty of empty as a combination, right? Then new combination is a combination plus variation type underscore variation type id of this, and then pass option id, name of the option id, and a label of the variation name. Okay, and then we have to pass in the new combination in the variation, and after that under this result we have to send to temp, and then result of this combination as a combination, this pointer, and count this variation combination is equal to count of variation types, then quantity of level, and price is default, then return result. Okay, and before saving database saving, we have to create a mutator, and handle record update we have to before create this one. Okay, let's one by one explanation. And then Cartesian product, we had option of this product collection, filter this variation type option id, mapping, and get values. I will explain this one next video. Okay, and yes, this index is a variation product variation controller index. Product based variation controller index exists, but let's see the route. Product variation index. Oh, not this variation controller. Okay, this is the wrong variation controller in the admin. This is under admin. Okay, see, yes, red is small, black is small, variation type is color, red is small size only, right? So combination now red is small and black is small. Red is small 49 60, black is small, and we can change this one and update this one. Okay, let's see, let's update 200, update, yes, not updated. Okay, let's see this update and product service. Next video I will explain fully, and this code in the GitHub you can copy from there. Okay.